Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. And I want to give double honors to the apostles, the great millstone of Yasharallah. And I want to give all salutations to the brothers of GMS. Let me get
first precept we're going to get is Isaiah 19 and 15. Neither shall there be any works for Egypt, which the head of the tail branch or rush may do. You know, America is modern day Egypt. You know, it ain't going to be any work. It's going to be like the apocalypse of the retail industry. Is Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves in the grinders yeast, because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened. You know, the grinders, you know, it's not going to be a lot of work in the streets, you know. Going to be like the retail apocalypse. A lot of major companies is closing down. Verse 4, the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinder is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. This is
to a computer, fulfilling those requests, and things like Alexa and Echo and all these things are rising to the forefront, and in the end they're just gathering your data. Well, take a look first at the apocalypse, retail apocalypse that is happening on this report from the Economic Collapse blog put out May 2018 by Michael Schneider, titled 77 million square feet of retail space and counting. America's retail apocalypse is spiraling out of control in 2018. Now, this report goes on to detail that up to 9,000 retail stores could close by the time that we get to the end of the calendar year. Already, the amount of retail space that is shut down is simply jaw-dropping. If you total up all the retail stores closing that have been announced so far in 2018, it accounts for 77 million square feet of retail space. Let that number sink in a bit. Many shopping centers and strip malls around the country already have a post-apocalyptic feeling to them, and more space available signs are going up with each passing day. And in case you are tempted to think that I'm making this figure up, here is the article straight from Bloomberg that states at least count U.S. store closures announced this year reached a staggering 77 million square feet, according to the data on the national and regional chains compiled by CoStar Group Incorporated. That means retailers are well on their way to surpassing the record of 105 million square feet announced for closures in 2017 altogether. In the end, we could shatter the all-time record that was established just last year by 20 or 30 million square feet. My friends, that is a lot. That is why these retail locations have a post-apocalyptic feel when you're in those areas, and major repercussions on the economy. But let me share with you just a list of some of the stores that are closing just for 2018 alone, and it's a long list. But let's start with Abercrombie & Fitch. 60 more stores are charted to close. Aerosols, only 4 of their 88 stores are remaining open. American Apparel, they filed for bankruptcy and all their stores have closed. BCBG, 118. BB is history, and all 168 stores have closed. Bon-Ton, they filed for Chapter 11 and will be closing 48 stores. The Children's Place, they plan to close hundreds of stores by 2020 and are going fully digital. CVS, they closed 70 stores, but thousands will still remain open. Foot Locker, they're closing 110 underperforming stores shortly. Guess 60 stores will bite the dust by the end of the year. Gymboree, a whopping 350 stores will close their doors for good. H.H. Gregg, all 220 stores will be closed this year after the company filed for bankruptcy. J. Crew, 50 stores instead of the original 20 that were announced. J.C. Penney, 138 stores, and plan to turn all the remaining one into toy stores. The Limited, all 250 retail locations have been closed and they've all gone digital in order to remain in business. Macy's, 7 more stores will close and more than 5,000 employees laid off. Michael Kors, 125 stores. Payless, 800 stores. Radio Shack, more than 1,000 stores have been shut down this year, leaving them only 70 open nationwide. Rue 21, they'll be closing 400 stores this year. Kmart, they've closed over 300 different locations, and Toys R Us has filed for bankruptcy and will be closing their doors, and I believe there's 700 some odd of them there. Wet Seal, all 171 stores will be closed. Talk about apocalyptic. I'm sure many of your favorite clothing lines or retailers have made the list, and I didn't even get into the fact of stores being closed by Sam's or Subway is also closing a lot right now. But these are just the retail side of it. So to say there isn't some strain on the economy is just a bogus lie. We truly are living in an economic peril. So I encourage you again, please make sure you're prepped and ready for a rainy day. You just never know what is going to happen. And at the very minimum, make sure you are having something else tangible, bartering items, gold, silver, precious metal, those kinds of things, and convert your 401ks into a Roth IRA before they just go over the radar. Check out noblegoldinvestments.com for that. There's links below. But always keep in mind the truth of the economic state is not going to be shared by the mainstream media. They're going to keep that from you. If something were to happen, I have to ask, were you notified before 2008, before all the stuff during that time happened? Were you told that that was going to happen? No, you were not. Were we told about the Great Depression, or was it just allowed to happen? I think you know the answer to both of those. They were just allowed to happen. But what we can do is look at the signs and say, hey, be ready, because we never know what tomorrow holds. And it is promised that we've hit these times in the past, and we could be looking at them in the future. So make sure you also had food on hand. Preparewithlisa.com is below. I'm a big supporter of that also. If not them, if not those two organizations, go somewhere and get something so you are ready, or pack your own. You can do this by getting a Mylar bag, putting in rice or whatever you need, throwing a couple oxygen suckers into that bad boy and sealing the top up. That should make it good for 25, 30 years. There's lots of survival stores that can walk you through that. So just some other options for you to do. But anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments. How bad do you think the state is when you go to the retail areas? Yes, again, Amazon has a lot to do with that, but it also has an effect on other people, on the jobs that people are allowed to have, on many other qualifications as far as that is concerned.